Greetings, everybody. It's Rob from the Sage Tower, and we're here with a Skull and Bones video. This video I actually had recorded previously, and when I went to go render it and make it, I quickly realized that the audio was actually correct, and you didn't see any of the audio for the trailer that we're about to watch. So it was kind of pointless because what I was talking about, you didn't hear anything that they were talking about. Luckily, since then, I've actually progressed a bit in the game, so some of the stuff that in the trailer that I originally shot and reacted to, I now understand a bit more. I can give a bit better explanation to it, as well as we've gotten more information as well about upcoming seasons. So again, this is the Endgame and Year 1 trailer. It's a few weeks old at this point. I kind of wanted to get this first look out and talk a bit about it with you guys. So without further ado, let's hop on into this trailer. The Rise of the Kingpins trailer.
In the first year of Skull and Bones, risk everything you have to your name and face off against merciless pirate lords.
So, in case anybody hasn't seen, and I'll quickly hide my face cam momentarily, the 4 seasons we have for the first year of Skull and Bones is Raging Tides, Chorus of Havoc, Into the Dragon's Wake, and Shadows of the Deep. It's been confirmed as now that Raging Tides will begin at the end of February, so we will start season 1 this month.
As you seek to establish your empire on the high seas.
So we had the Legend Pirate Lords, which are the raid bosses.
Philippe Le Peste and the flamboyant Ubak twins to the enigmatic Li Tianning. Each brings with them looming storms to stir these waters to chaos.
In the weeks leading up to a...
Before we get into what she's about to say, I wanted to talk as well. I hope that these Pirate Lords do have rather unique mechanics to them. We've seen a few examples, like with the Ghost Ship and some of the other bigger ships in the game, like with the bounties and stuff. I would do want them to hopefully have some really cool and innovative mechanics to them, and not just big ships.
Final standoff at the end of the season, you'll need to overcome their ensuing fleets, each with increasing difficulty. One way to make sure you can take them down is to create tactical ship loadouts and take advantage of the new ships and gear available each season.
So that right there was the Philippe Le Peste, like a poison
defend against impending
Pirate Lord,
by looting stronger equipment through new world events introduced each season.
While sailing the high seas, you'll also face off other prey and predators alike, from merchant convoys traveling along the trade routes to elite warships guarding faction settlements.
Okay, here's the end game, the big part everyone's talking about.
Players to discover the end game of Skull and Bones.
The challenges you face will be more dangerous, with a lot more at stake. You'll go from working with the Kingpins, like Skurlock and Rama, to becoming their rivals.
So this is important because when I first watched this, I hadn't actually unlocked Rama yet. These are the 2 Kingpins that you kind of work for through the story. And as you finish working with them, you kind of become a Kingpin and have your own smuggler empire. I'm curious how that will compare to obviously the 2 of them. Like if the story will progress with them further. But it is interesting, and I think who knows if you're gonna have to pick one or the other to kind of further your progression with.
The Helm, an unchallenged colossus of smuggling, beckons aspiring pirates from around the globe with the promise of wealth, influence, and the coveted title of Kingpin.
Here, you'll discover that you can craft your own contraband, like rum and opium. You'll start with seizing manufactories around the Den of St. Anne, but more manufactories can be found across other regions of the Indian Ocean.
So this is the end game.
Lumberyards, settlements.
I'll make a video later on about it, but it is this kind of
will help you generate profit automatically without needing
end
to do
game
the dirty work yourself.
system.
You'll also be able to maximize profits if you're a strategic pirate. Some manufactories are connected by trade routes, which, if controlled, will boost your profits.
With a growing empire, you can elevate your operations even further by investing in upgrades for your manufactories, be it increasing the quality of your contraband or improving the rate of production.
At launch, there are 2 ways to take control of manufactories: hostile takeovers and legendary heists. In legendary heists, you'll need to...
So before we go into Legendary Heists, the helm system, and I'll make another video about it, probably more in-game, to talk about the debating parts about it. It is quite... It is the end game system. You pretty much have like rum and opium that you kind of can deliver, pick up, convert, and basically using these upgrades can either produce extra money, extra resources to make your system run smoother.
To work with other players in a race against time. Rob a golden convoy, survive a horde of warships coming after you, and make it to a location where a mysterious contact awaits.
So I'm assuming in Legendary Heist, like I just talked about, it works a bit like the world convoys, the world event convoys. Those may even be the Legendary Heist, to be honest. It's basically this co-op event, and it shows up on the map, and essentially it's like it's like 4 or 5 like DMC ships, all that just kind of like follow this route. And it's a pretty heavy, like, 8, 9, 10 level ships, all of them. So it is a pretty big thing. I think if you maybe take out the main ship that has all the loot, that could be the main one you want to get. But I'm not sure if that's the Legendary Heist, or if that's a different than not just a world event. Hostile Takeover is actually, they show you how to do it in the game. It's like the first like helm mission you get once you fully unlock it.
Hostile takeovers, you will fight each other in a full-on naval warfare to be the last pirate standing and seize control of a manufactory. What
they don't mention here is that Hostile Takeover also seems to have, at least the one I tried, had NPC ships in it as well. So you had NPC ships in there, plus you. I guess if no one else is there, you technically just have to survive the time. But there's quite a few ships in there. I think there's like at least when I did, there was like 2 different factions in there fighting plus you. So it is it's pretty a high level ship. You definitely need to at least have like a near, 8+ level ship to do it. But it's basically like a King of the Hill control style. Anybody in there, you have to fight to stay alive in the area.
Post-launch, we will introduce new endgame features each season, from the ability to assign fleets of ships to your trade routes, to bribing corrupt officials for an edge over your rivals.
Engaging in precarious PvP activities will put you on the hit list of surrounding
The big drama of
pirates.
PvP.
Helm wagers are a high-risk, high-reward PvP activity where you can choose to gamble all your coin and risk losing them all to ensuing players.
Now, they haven't mentioned helm wagers. I haven't seen any helm wagers in game. Like, I don't know like how you trigger a helm wager and how does that actually work. Cutthroat Cargo, everyone's seen it. If you've been in the beta or if you've been in the game, you've seen it on your map, you've seen the message that pops up and takes a quarter off your screen almost every time, saying Cutthroat Cargo event starting soon. It's basically this one, like, it's a PvP zone that you can then go in, try and survive.
Cutthroat Cargo is triggered upon picking up a legendary treasure map.
Accepting your wager or picking up a map will notify surrounding pirates, and you will quite literally have a target on your head, at least until you make it to the target outpost to complete those activities.
Reputation is everything. Claw your way to the top of the leaderboard to solidify your standing.
I'm curious about the
amongst
leaderboard and how that works.
Being put up on the Kingpin ranks will earn you rewards, and your placement will determine the type of reward you'll get. The leaderboard will reset each season with new rewards that you can compete for.
From an exhilarating dragon boat race to mid-autumn festivals, partake in free time-limited events each season to claim the rewards that follow. Work together with fellow pirates and race against time to complete exclusive community events and obtain
I'm glad that
treasure
there will be
troves.
community events as
We'll
well. I think that would be a big thing to allow people to make people work together to try and
We're
complete
looking
something.
forward to working alongside you, our community of pirates, as we continue to build on the perilous world of Skull and Bones. Ready your cannons, plunge into naval mayhem, and defend your empire on the seas of Skull and Bones.
So I'm going to pause here, and I'm actually going to move my cam up. We're going to go, let's go up to the top right corner for now. So this is the roadmap that they've given us. Season 1 is the first one. So at first glance, everything looked kind of, they have a similar format. There's a raid boss on top of them all. Back. There's a raid boss for each one. There's some sort of event. Then there's like another well, these are like limited events, so maybe the season 1 doesn't have an event per se. Then there's like a special like world event, a special creature, a new quality of life upgrade, takeover opportunities, and season rewards. So that seems to be the format that they're going with. Now, what is a bit scary, at least for me when I look at it closely, is Season 3 and Season 4 have nothing to really measure. They're all pictures here, but there is no, like, hints at what these are. So far, we have territory control, which I'm guessing is being able to, like, pillage the different manufacturers through these legendary heists and hostile takeovers option. I'm guessing that's what that is. To kind of then with the territory controls, you can then build up your your Kingpin empire. Speaking of Kingpin, the creatures that Kingpin Tylosaurus, you saw it a few times in the trailer, that big like sea dinosaur creature. Now, I'm curious how that works. So also, like, is that something that will trigger and you're aware of its presence? I don't want someone to be sailing, doing a mission, and then it's like the Kingpin just comes out of nowhere and just wipes them. The faction convoys, I think that may be what I was talking about previously about the legendary heist, is the faction convoys, which is pretty much this DMC convoy that like it pretty much sails through half the map, and you see on the map where it is, and you can kind of go and attack it. So that may be that, which means that the legendary heist is something different. Maybe that's like an upgraded version of it, because the ships have like special sails. There's like a golden ship there. So at least that's in the game for sure. As mentioned, Felipe Lepest is the first Kingpin we fight, or the first raid boss, whatever you want to call them. That we've had some footage. He's kind of like a poison ship. Probably from like the Kingdom of Pestilence. That's down like in the Dutchman region. And it looks like there's 3 different season rewards every season. Some sort of furniture upgrade, some sort of cosmetic. I don't know if it's cosmetic or a brand new ship. Probably cosmetics. And a new weapon. So at least we'll be getting new weapon upgrades, new furnitures, new ship upgrades, either cosmetically or who knows, maybe even new ship entirely. Like, be cool if there was a new ship of, maybe if there's a new thing to kind of do poison attacks yourself, potentially. Who knows? And as I mentioned before, I kind of want to see how the different battles go. Like, Felipe's obviously poison. The Huback twins, I'm hoping maybe they have like 2 ships that you got to fight against, and you have to, and maybe they have different mechanics to each ship, kind of deal. That could be interesting. I don't know. Each season is supposed to last about 3 months, I think is what we've been told. So this is a years of content that has been planned out for us. So overall, I am looking forward to seeing how season 1 goes and seeing the more details about it. Some of the stuff has kind of, leaked in already as we get ready for season 1. Convoys, the territories, hostile takeover and stuff. But once season 1 kicks off, I'm definitely curious to see how that ends up being. So if you guys are excited, let me know in the comments down below. And I'll hopefully see you guys out on the high seas.